Hey, Jennifer Martin here. Today we're going to go over step by step on how to use the EveryDollar app for budgeting from beginning to end. So I'm going to show you how to set that up. It is a free app. The only way you have to pay for it is if you link it to your bank account. So let me share my screen here with you. Okay, give it a second here while it connects. Okay, looks like I'm connected. So I'm going to go over to the EveryDollar website here. Try premium version or start budgeting for free. So we're going to click on start budgeting for free. Perfect. Okay. So now it says enter your email. So you're going to enter. So I'm just going to enter my coaching email for right now. Jennifer Martin Coaching at gmail.com. There we go. And hit continue. And then you're going to create a password. So let's do test 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me do that. Okay, let me see. Okay. It's creating an account. Okay, I'm not going to save it. You sent an email. Okay, so I'm going to have to go confirm my email. Jump over to my email here. I told you I'd take you from beginning to end, so bear with me. You'll have to go to your email and verify it. That's what I'm doing right now for my iPhone. Okay, so once that's verified, should be able to hit continue. Okay, so now you'll enter your name. Oops. And then continue. We weren't able to sign you in. Okay. Interesting. See, I already use their app, so I don't know if they're having an issue here. Ah, there we go. It is working. Okay, so you come to the screen, and then you gotta click on Get Started. Ah, okay, cool. So here it tells you, it has a welcome screen that has your goals, lifestyle, income, bills, and subscriptions, and spending. And I'll show you how to add that stuff on later. There's also a skip button up here. But if you're setting this up for the first time, it's probably good to just put this in here. So, what's your most important to you right now? Is it paying off debt, saving for retirement? So it kind of guides you through this. So let's just say paying off debt, right? And then we're going to continue. And you're going to say whether you own or you rent. So just say, I'll say I own a house. See, this is start 14 free trial. But then if you look down here, see free and premium. So customizable budget, this is all free. Free. So if you start paying, you'll get right here. See where it says bank connectivity, custom budgeting reports, automatic transaction streaming, smart tracking, yada, yada. So, but this can be completely for free. So you don't have to say start 14-day trial because then it's going to start charging you. You can just skip for now. See, and now you're this one. How would you like to track your expenses? Automatically, manually. So right here, see, it says automatically. That requires a 14-day Dave Ramsey Plus trial membership, which you end up paying. Which if you pay on an annual basis, I think it's something like, if you pay the whole thing up front, it's like $11 a month. But honestly, you don't need to connect it to your bank account. You can do it manually. As long as you have a budget and you can keep track of it, this is fine. So you click on manually and then continue. And so here is you're gonna put in your paychecks. So let's say you get paid twice a month and your paycheck, I'm just going to do round numbers for the example. So let's say paycheck 1 is 2,000 and paycheck 2 is another 2,000. And then you could also add income here. Let's say you have, maybe you have rental income. So you can change the name right here. You can double click and then go, whoops, rental income, and then put whatever that is. It's maybe you profit $400 or whatever it is. And paycheck 2, so you can name it. You can name it your name. So if it's you and your spouse, you can put that in there. You know, I can put in Jenny and then my spouse right there. So once you put in your income, now this can all be changed later. This is not set in stone. They're just trying to set you up here. So it says set $4,400 a month for income. Sure, we're gonna do that for now. And then here you're gonna enter your monthly. They're gonna guide you through like different steps, like subscriptions and different things. And we can always edit later and change categories. So don't worry too much about this. But you're gonna put in your rent. So let's say your rent is $1,800 a month, and then your water bill is $40. Natural gas, maybe you pay like, I don't know, $98. Electricity, maybe that's $50. Internet, I don't know what you pay. I pay about $50 for mine. Trash for me is about $27. Then you have your cell phone bill, put that in there. Health insurance. Now it might be very minimal if you pay, out of your paycheck. Maybe you have to contribute, I don't know, maybe $47 a month or something like that. Unless you're paying for your full, you have to, put whatever you pay there. Life insurance, what are you paying for that? Auto insurance. Whoops. And then identity theft protection. Maybe you have a gym membership. Maybe you have a gym membership, say $30. And then if you're like, well, I don't have some of these, but you can just change the name. Like instead of streaming services, you could change this to like, okay, let's just call this our cable bill. See, so you can just do that and then put in whatever you pay, like that. And then you could also add an item down here. So let's say you have a subscription, maybe you're in, I don't know, let's see, maybe what other subscription can we add? Maybe you have like a wine membership or something, and you pay like $25 a month. You get free nice bottles of wine, okay? So you're gonna put the subscriptions in and you're like, well, I have other bills. Well, we'll get there. See, bills and subscriptions, spending, we're gonna get there. So you just say set this. What this is right here, these are kind of like the numbers that don't change. I know your natural gas is gonna vary, electricity is gonna vary, but for the most part, it is pretty close, right? So I'm gonna set that and go to the next one, groceries. So you may actually have to spend some time looking at last month's expenses. So to only know what you spend for groceries, you really need to take last month and write down everything you bought for groceries and how much you went, out to eat. So I've been doing my budget now for a while, so I know my grocery bill does not exceed, it's about $4.75, and I tracked that for 3 months, and it's like, almost like to the dollar. It's crazy. So, and then, if you go out a couple of times, maybe let's say $100, right? You go out twice a month. Gas, what they're talking about gas here is gonna be fuel for your car. So just so you don't confuse that, you can do like, you can write gas / fuel or gas for car, whatever, so okay? And let's say, since I'm a realtor, I spend quite a bit, so I'm gonna say like $150 a month in gas. Fun and entertainment, pet care, child care, all these repairs and maintenance, miscellaneous, and you always want to have a miscellaneous category because things always pop up that are unexpected that you don't know. So let's add that in, and we're gonna set that. And go to the next one. Okay, look, woo, you built your first budget and have 1,067 left over. So I'm really good, but see, they didn't have us where you could add in credit cards or any of your debt. So don't worry if you're here and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have $1,000 left over for sure. Don't worry, just click finish. There we go. You'll probably hear my dog snoring in the background. So here's the budget. See, it says paycheck 2, and you can always change the name, right? By here, you can say, you know, your name or your husband's rental income. And then you could, what's cool about this app, you could also reorder. See how it has these little dots here and it changes? So you could always go like this, put that first. I mean, you could totally change the order of these, which is really cool. So that is your income. And then maybe you have additional income for 1 month. You can just click it in right here, just add income. Same thing we did on the last screen. So giving. So let's say you give to the church, I don't know, 10% is what, $40. So this is gonna be per month, right? See, and then when you put that in, it's planned for the month for April, and then what you have left is remaining. And then once you spend this remaining category, you know, goes to 0 eventually. So here is your savings for your emergency fund. So as you can see, we have your income at the top, right? Then we have the giving, and then we have our savings. And notice how it has a piggy bank here? Because these are actually funds. These accumulate, which is cool. So here I like to add a lot of funds. So I'm gonna add like, I mean like house repair fund, right? House repair fund, whoops. And to make that a fund, you have to go over here to the right. See, it says make this a fund. You down click that. You make this a fund. So you can always put starting balance. So maybe you already have, I don't know, maybe $500 in that. You just click 500 and then click save right here. And then click off of it. See how it says repair, house repair fund, and you have $500. Now, as your paychecks come in, see, we still have, see at the top here where it says 1,027 left to spend. We need to allocate that because this is a zero-based budget. So every dollar has to go to a category. So maybe you want to put in, you have extra money and you want to start, you know, building up your emergency fund. So let's put $500 towards your emergency fund for April. There we go. Look. So up here, you have $527 left to spend. Awesome. You don't have to put anything in house repair since you already have, you know, a balance. It's up to you. If you want to add more, you can always add more. You have your mortgage, you have your water. See, these are all your bills. Going down. Identity theft, you should probably have that. Let's see, groceries, restaurants, fun entertainment, miscellaneous. Here we go. Look, the debt. So here's what you want to put in your credit card debt. So you're going to do, let's say, you're going to name this. Maybe this is your American Express. So let's say your American Express, your payment is, your minimum payment is $42.50. Now it's going to ask you the debt details over here on your right. So you want to put in the debt details in the balance because it's going to automatically reduce your debt as you make payments. So let's say you owe $12.50, and then look, your minimum payment, you're going to put that in there, $42.50. We're going to save that. Well, what if, since we have $484 left to spend this month, it was like, you know what, we're going to pay off this bill. So instead of just doing the minimum payment this month, I'm going to put $150 towards my Amex. There we go. And then once it's paid, it goes over here. Car payment, let's say, I don't know, you shouldn't have a car payment, but if you do, you probably sell it and get rid of that car, but there it is, $350. This money, if you put this towards your retirement, to make you a lot of money, watch my retirement video. Okay. Student loan. So maybe you're still paying on a student loan. Maybe that is, I don't know, $150. I don't know because I've never had a student loan. Medical bill, personal loan. And let's say, well, I have more credit cards. Well, that's fine. If you don't have a medical bill, you can just change this to, maybe this is your Visa. And you're going to pay, here, let's do the balance of my Visa. Your Visa has, let's say, $26.90, and your minimum payment is $72.95. You can put that in, and click save, and then you can put whatever you want to put towards it this month. So it tells you your balance. You still have, look. See the top where it's red? $123 over budget. We overspent. So we gotta fix something. We definitely can't pay $150 towards something. I mean, maybe that car payment put us over the limit here. Okay, so our minimum payment we said on this one was let's do that. If you're not sure, you can just look at here. It should tell you debt details, minimum payment. Oh, I don't know why that didn't save. You want to make sure that saves in there like this. Okay. Then if you decide to pay more, that's fine, but that should be always set with the minimum payment. See? Look, we're still $15.50 over budget. Oh man. So this needs to be zero. So what can we adjust for the spending? So you want to build this budget before the month begins, right? So, I mean, we're in the, we're already past April here. So, but you want to do it for the next month that hasn't started yet. So you have a clean budget. So just really go through the last month and see what your expenses are and go from there. So let's say, all right, we really want to build an emergency fund. Maybe we could take $15 off of our food budget. I mean, would that hurt if we just, did a little bit less? So what if we did 475 minus 1550 equals 459.50. So let's change this planned amount to 459.50. 459.50. And I'll click. Look, see at the top here? It's an every dollar budget. See, that's what you want to see. It's when every dollar of income up here has a category. So I showed you how to do a fund, so we can do more. Emergency fund here. And you can actually name this. You could do like emergency fund. Well, you can edit these. So you can put like emergency fund 3 months or whatever, or maybe you can't edit this one because it's already in place, but you can add one and change the name of one fund. So we can do like, we have a house repair. Maybe we need a car maintenance fund. Maintenance fund. And we want to set that as a fund. So remember, you go over here. See, if you don't set it as a fund, you just click like this. See? See how these have the piggy banks and this one doesn't? It's because you forgot to set this up as a fund and that's showing as an expense. So you just anywhere double click in here and it populates over here on the side. And then it says make this a fund. You just down click and then make this a fund. You can always put in the starting balance if you already have money saved. And if you have none saved, but you plan to save, just X out. And there you go. You have your piggy bank here. So what's cool is I like to add one here even for Christmas. I mean, when you have extra cash, you can start saving up ahead of time. So when Christmas comes, you're not scrambling around and using your credit card, because the whole thing is to not use a credit card, right? So you put that in there. So I think you get the gist of it. And then even here, like bills and subscriptions, remember I showed you here, you can change this around. So you can put natural gas above water. You can add in different dog food or whatever, and then you have spending. And what I did, and then debt, you can add in a debt right here. And you can add a group. See at the bottom, you can add a group. That's like, this is a group debt. So you can change it around and manipulate things. Maybe you want to delete something. I mean, you can even delete it. Like, let's say you don't have a personal loan. You can just go over here and let's see. How do you delete this one? Oh, okay. We have to upgrade for that. Okay. So I wanted to show you something. I think maybe you have to pay to do a little bit extra, because I was going to show you how you can transfer funds from one account to the next. So you could actually, like house repair fund. Let's say you have a repair and you want to put it down to the house expense fund down here. Maybe something broke. You actually can click these and it transfers the money, and you can allocate from the house repair fund to your house spending fund. But see, for free, it's not going to let you do that. You have to upgrade if you want to be able to do that. But you don't have to. You can manually change it. You can just go in here. Let's say you have something that broke and it's $100 has to come out of here. You can just adjust this. You can change this fund by double clicking, and then fund details, change the balance, say, okay, $100 out of there. So I'm going to change that to $400. And then we need to put that into spending. So let's say, oh, okay, so we need to add a repair. So house repairs. So let's say you had $100 repair. Now you can put that $100 over there. So it shows you're over budget because it's taking it from your paycheck here. So you actually took it from your fund here. So you know what I may do, since if you want to do the free, version, since we can't transfer the money, when the bill comes in, you can just have it deducted from here. Let's just do it that way. Let's change this back to 500. Okay. So I think you get the idea how you can change stuff around. I mean, you can even change these groups. Let's say you want to put savings before giving. You could take this whole box and move it. Look at that. So you can change the, how important they are in different orders. And that's going to tell you your income versus spending, which is totally awesome. Okay. So let's say you add a transaction and you're paying some bills. So let's say you paid your rent of $1,800. So you go up here to the right, you're going to hit transactions, say new transaction, add new right here. So you're going to say add new. And it's to say what? Expense or income. So you can always add in additional income when your paycheck comes in. So let's say you spent, okay, we said $1,800. And then where did you spend the money? Well, that was for rent. You can just say rent, and it says choose a category, and maybe it is, you gotta look for it, mortgage rent, apply it, see, and then track expense. No thanks, we don't want to pay. So now, when you go down to your mortgage rent, look, you have $0 remaining because you paid that bill. Look, if you click on this, this is remaining. You can also change that to spent because you spent $1,800 remaining. So if you're expecting it, this even goes for your paychecks. See, your plan, $2,000 and your 2 paychecks, and then received, it says nothing. So you still need to add in your paycheck. So you go up here, add transactions, box opens, add new. You would do income, and then you would do 2,000, and you maybe say paycheck one or first paycheck or whatever. You don't even have to put anything there. You can leave it blank, and then just go to paycheck one, track income. Look, received. See, so as you're receiving it, it shows it, and then as you spend the money, it shows it. So let's see if we can actually do an expense and pull it out of our piggy bank here. I'm not sure because I usually transfer the funds since I pay for this. So let's see if we do add new, and we had that expense for the house, $100. Maybe you did. It was a dishwasher repair, something small. I was gonna say roof, but the roof would be more than $100. So you can just label it and then go like this and say you took it out of the house repair fund. Ah, there you go, look. So you didn't have to transfer it. You can just put it right there. That's good. I don't need to be transferring it. That's something new I just learned. So that's awesome. Isn't that cool? So this way you know exactly. And if you download this app on your phone, you could do the same thing, and you'll know when you go to the grocery store, like, oh, how much left do I have to spend on groceries? You know, it will tell you. So you go down here, groceries, as you put them in, you just click add new. Let's say you went and you spent $67 expense. Make sure you do the expense or income here. Where did you spend this money? You could always tell it, well, I went to Sprouts, right? And then click, make sure you put in groceries, track expense. So let's say you did a couple different things. Let's say, let me see, what do we have under here? Clothing, and then groceries. Okay, so let's say you go someplace like Costco and you have one invoice. Well, how do you do that? Well, you go like this, click add new, and let's say we spent $150 at Costco as an expense. Make sure you do expense or income, and then you can type in here Costco, and then let's say groceries, right? Because part of that was groceries. So you click on that, and then some of it is going to be, let's say we're going to add $50 to, actually, let me see here. Did I put in the right amount? I'm not sure what I did. Okay. So you spent $150 at Costco. So you can split it is what I'm saying. So let's say first we're going to do groceries. You're going to add, let me see how much. Add split. Oh, okay. So when you add the split, you can just do, part of it's going to be groceries and part of it is going to be clothing. So start typing in clothing. Okay, see now it says groceries and clothing. And then once you add the categories, then on the right, it gives you the amount. So now you can split the total bill that you had for $150. So groceries, let's say it was $100 on groceries, and then clothing, it was $50. I mean, you don't have to do it down to the exact, tax and all that, but I just kind of round it up and make sure it's best allocated. And then you can do track expense. It's going to keep asking you to buy. And then if you go down here, under spending, you should have, look, we didn't have anything allocated for groceries. We're like negative this month. Oh no. Oh no. So we got to plan $50. So we're not negative there. So let's do 50. So that means we're negative here. So we're going to take it. Well, we haven't gone out to eat yet. So you know what? Sorry. We can only spend $50 this month in eating out because, we can't overspend. And the whole goal here is to pay off anything extra we want to put towards our credit cards. really want to nail, get those out of the way so we can put more towards our little piggy banks right here. So anyways, I know this was a long version, but I just wanted to go through it and really go through the details to help you out so you understand how to do this budget. So that's the EveryDollar app. And I hope that helps you, set things up and track your expenses. And like I said, you'll have to go over your last month's expenses to even know what you're spending. And the crazy thing is the most common overspent category is going to be groceries. It just is. We don't think about it. We're hungry and we buy it, but once you do this about 3 months of tracking, you really get a hold of what you're spending. And then also you can see what you're spending that you shouldn't be spending on. Maybe miscellaneous subscriptions that you forgot about. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm still paying this. And you can cut and then apply that towards other, piggy bank items or whatever. So anyways, Jennifer Martin here with Jennifer Martin Financial Coaching. To help you out if you need help, 470-258-5315. Have a great day.